The magnificent Wilson mansion glowed with bright lights as the family gathered to celebrate the 70th birthday of their matriarch, Mrs. Wilson. Grandchildren and in-laws stepped forward one after another, proudly presenting luxurious birthday gifts. "Grandma, I heard you enjoy tea. This century, old tea is valued at $500,000. Please accept it as my birthday present." Another family member smiled and added, "Grandma, I know how devoted you are to your faith. This crystal cross, carved from pure obsidian, is worth $700,000. Mrs. Wilson looked at the expensive gifts surrounding her and laughed happily, filling the entire house with cheerful laughter. At that moment, Charlie Wade, the eldest grandson, in-law of the Wilson family, suddenly spoke. "Grandma, could you lend me $1 million? Aunt Lena from the orphanage has kidney failure and urgently needs money for treatment." The room instantly fell silent. Every member of the Wilson family stared at Charlie in complete disbelief. Had this live-in son-in-law lost his mind? Today was Mrs. Wilson's birthday. Not only had he arrived without bringing a gift, but he actually dared to ask her for $1 million loan. 3 years earlier, the late Mr. Wilson had brought Charlie home from somewhere unknown and insisted that he marry his eldest granddaughter, Claire Wilson. At the time, Charlie had nothing to his name, just as he did now. Shortly after their wedding, the old master passed away. From that day forward, the Wilson family constantly tried to force Charlie out. Yet despite endless humiliation and ridicule, he never reacted. Instead, he quietly remained the Wilson family's live-in son-in-law. Today, asking Mrs. Wilson for money was truly his last option. The orphanage that had raised him desperately needed funds. Aunt Lena required both dialysis treatment and a kidney transplant, expenses totaling at least $1 million. Charlie believed that since it was Mrs. Wilson's birthday, perhaps she would be in a generous mood and agree to help. Instead, her smile disappeared instantly. Her face darkened. She angrily smashed the teacup in her hand onto the floor.
"You ungrateful fool!"
"Did you come here to celebrate my birthday or to borrow money?" Claire immediately rushed over. "Grandma, Charlie doesn't know any better. Please don't be angry." She gently tried pulling Charlie away. Before they could leave, Claire's cousin Wendy sneered loudly. "Cess, just look at the useless husband you married. Gerald and I only got engaged recently. Yet he already gave Grandma an obsidian cross." She laughed mockingly. "But your husband didn't even bring a birthday gift, and still has the nerve to ask Grandma for money." The room burst into laughter. Gerald White, Wendy's fiancé and heir to one of the city's wealthy families, looked at Charlie with contempt. "Charlie, we're both sons-in-law of the Wilson family. A's the eldest. You're truly an embarrassment." Although Gerald was preparing to marry Wendy, he secretly admired Claire's beauty. Claire was famous throughout Oris Hill for her appearance. Seeing someone as beautiful as her married to a penniless man like Charlie irritated him greatly. This kind of trash should have been thrown out of the Wilson family long ago. He has completely ruined the Wilson family's reputation. I bet asking for money is only an excuse. He just wants to ruin Grandma's birthday banquet. Charlie quietly clenched his fists as insults poured in from every direction. If Aunt Lena hadn't desperately needed the money, he would have walked away immediately. But remembering his late father's teachings about repaying kindness, He swallowed his pride. Looking toward Mrs. Wilson, he said sincerely, "Grandma, saving a person's life is worth more than any birthday gift. Please, have mercy." Someone immediately scoffed. Charlie Wade, stop trying to emotionally blackmail Grandma. If you want to save someone, earn the money yourself. Why should Grandma pay for your kindness? Who do you think you are? The speaker was Harold, Wendy's younger brother. Both siblings had always envied Claire and never missed an opportunity to humiliate Charlie. Claire stepped forward once again. "Grandma, Charlie lost his father when he was only 8 years old. Aunt Lena raised him in the orphanage. He only wants to repay her kindness. Please help him." "Mrs. Help him." Wilson replied coldly, "Help him? Fine, but only if you divorce Charlie and marry Mr. Wendell Jones. If you agree, I'll give you $1 million immediately." Wendell Jones came from one of Oris Hill's upper-class families. He had been pursuing Claire for quite some time. Lady Wilson desperately wanted to strengthen ties with the Jones family. Just then, the family butler hurried inside. "Mrs. Wilson, Mr. Jones has sent you a birthday gift. It's a turquoise jade pendant worth $3 million. Mrs. Wilson's eyes lit up.
Hurry. Bring it here.
The butler carefully presented the dazzling turquoise amulet. Everyone gasped in amazement. The pendant glowed with a crystal, clear blue, green color, completely flawless. It was obviously an extraordinary treasure. Gerald suddenly looked embarrassed. Compared to his obsidian cross, his gift seemed insignificant. Despite having no official connection with the Wilson family, Wendell had sent such an extravagant present. Mrs. Wilson admired the pendant with excitement. "Mr. Jones is truly thoughtful. If only he were my grandson-in-law, that would be perfect." She looked directly at Claire. "So, have you considered my proposal?" Claire firmly shook her head. "Grandma, I won't divorce Charlie." Mrs. Wilson's face instantly darkened again. "You dare refuse me? You insist on staying with this useless man?
Get him out of my sight."
"He's not welcome at my birthday banquet." Charlie had heard enough. He no longer wished to remain there. Turning toward Claire, he quietly said, "I'm going to the hospital to see Aunt Lena." Claire immediately replied, "I'll go with you." Mrs. Wilson shouted, "If you leave with him, then you're no longer my granddaughter. You, your parents, and this worthless husband can all leave the Wilson family." Claire froze. She hadn't expected such cruel words. Charlie gently stopped her. "You stay. Don't worry about me." Before she could answer, he turned around and walked away. Behind him, Harold laughed loudly. "My dear brother-in-law, leaving without dinner, planning to beg on the streets. Don't disgrace the Wilson family too much." He casually tossed a coin toward Charlie's feet. "Here, buy yourself a sandwich." The Wilson family burst into laughter once again. Charlie gritted his teeth and walked away without looking back. He rushed straight to the hospital. His plan was to ask the billing department for another 2 days before making the payment for Aunt Lena's treatment. However, when he spoke to the nurse, he received shocking news. Aunt Lena had already been transferred overnight to Eastcliff's best hospital. Charlie stared in disbelief. "How much will it cost?" "I'll find a way," the nurse answered. "The total medical expenses are $3 million. $1 million has already been paid, but there's still a remaining balance of $2 million. You have 1 week." Charlie asked in confusion. Who paid the first million? The nurse simply shook her head. I don't know. Just as Charlie was wondering about it, he turned around. Standing behind him was a gray-haired man in a black suit, around 50 years old. The man respectfully bowed. Young master, you've suffered for far too many years. Charlie frowned immediately. Stephen Thompson. The man smiled respectfully. You still remember me, young master? Charlie's expression became cold. Of course I remember. I remember every single one of you. You forced my parents and me to flee Eastcliff. Then they died, and I became an orphan. So why have come looking for me now? Stephen lowered his head apologetically. When your father passed away, Master Wade was heartbroken. He has searched for you all these years. Know that we've finally found you. He hopes you'll return with me. Charlie answered firmly. You can leave. I'll never meet him again. Stephen sighed. So, you still blame Master Wade? Charlie looked directly at him. I'll never forgive him. Not for as long as I live. Stephen sighed again. Master Wade expected this. He said you probably wouldn't forgive him. Charlie laughed coldly. At least he knows himself. Stephen continued. He knows you've suffered. So if you refuse to return, he'll transfer the largest company in Oris Hill into your name. And he asked me to give you this. He handed Charlie a platinum bank card. The password is your birthday. There are only 5 cards like this in the entire country. Charlie immediately shook his head. Take it back. I don't want it. Stephen spoke once more. Young master, Miss Lena still needs $2 million. If you don't pay, her life could be in danger. Charlie frowned. Are you trying to force me? Stephen quickly lowered his head. I wouldn't dare. If you accept this card, it'll easily cover all of Miss Lena's medical expenses. Charlie looked at the card. How much money is in it? Stephen answered respectfully. Master Wade said, it was only a little pocket money for you. It contains $10 billion.